Hello guys, good evening. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
In the last class, we discussed variation of conductivity and molar conductivity with concentration. I think here strong electrolyte, that graph also I gave you. Once read last two lines. Kavya. Kavya.
Sir?
Read what I gave you last class. Read last two lines.
Limiting molar conductivity, it is denoted by lambda m.
Okay. Lambda m infinity or lambda m 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now write continuation. Here lambda m, molar conductivity, it becomes limiting molar conductivity when concentration of solution approaches 0. Molar conductivity becomes equal to limiting molar conductivity. The variation of molar conductivity with the concentration is given by lambda m is equal to lambda m0 b root c, where b is constant. B is constant. In dilute solution, lambda m of strong electrolyte changes almost linearly with root c. Linearly with root c. If the plots are extrapolated, to 0, extrapolates to 0 concentration, we get 0 concentration. We get the value of limiting molar conductivity. Here you make it 0 or infinite. Yes, completed?
Yes.
Okay. Next, small subheading for weak electrolyte.
Sir, what will
Okay, correct. Next, B is weak electrolyte. The graph of weak electrolyte.
done?
Here, molar conductivity on y-axis, x-axis, concentration, taking in root C. The graph is sharply increases. This is a weak electrolyte. For weak electrolyte, with the dilution, its molar conductivity sharply increases because on dilution it undergoes ionization. This is molar conductivity, lambda m. Weak electrolyte dissociate to a much lesser extent and thus molar conductivity of weak electrolyte is low. However, the variation of lambda m with root C variation of lambda m with root C is very large because on dilution the degree of dissociation increases and the number of ions in the solution increases. Thus, we cannot obtain obtain molar conductivity at infinity dilution. Okay, limiting molar conductivity. By extrapolation method.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what is extrapolation?
Okay, extrapolation method. So once you go to strong electrolyte, there I gave you graph like this. Here root C, lambda m. I gave graph like this for strong electrolyte. So if we
Yes,
this
sir.
is molar conductivity. If we want limiting molar conductivity, means lambda m 0, this line is extended to y-axis. So this line now meets at this point. So that point is limiting molar conductivity.
Yes.
But for weak electrolyte, see how it is line moving is going like this. Moving like this. So this line won't meet y-axis.
Yes.
That's what not possible to do extrapolation method. We are going another method. That's only Kohlraasch law. Got it now?
Sir,
This is
got it.
extrapolation method. Line is extended. Okay. Completed?
Yes, sir.
All of you.
Yes, sir.
Then now right. Kohlraasch law. Kohlraasch law is used to calculate limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolyte. For strong electrolyte, this is enough. Extrapolation method is enough. For weak electrolyte, Kohlraasch law is used. So according to Kohlraasch law, the limiting molar conductivity of any electrolyte is sum of the contribution of limiting molar conductivity of its ion. According to Kohlraasch law, suppose I have weak electrolyte CH3COOH. This is weak electrolyte. I need limiting molar conductivity for this. So it is sum of the contribution of limiting molar conductivity of its ion CH3 CO minus and limiting molar conductivity of H2. Suppose if you want for formic acid, Rather take carbonic acid, H2CO3, weak acid, weak electrolyte. So its limiting molar conductivity is limiting molar conductivity of H plus ion. In two hydrogens are there. So here you need to take two limiting molar conductivity of H plus, and I have only one carbonate ion plus limiting molar conductivity of carbonate CO3 2 minus. Okay. So now see Kohlraasch law definition. According to Kohlraasch law of independent migration of ion, according to Kohlraasch law of independent migration of ion, the limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte
So migration of
ion. This is ion.
okay, sir.
Can be expressed as the sum of the contributions of ion and the anion of the electrolyte. Formula is limiting molar conductivity is equal V plus limiting molar conductivity of cation plus V minus number of ion and limiting molar conductivity of anion. Where V plus and V minus are number of cations and anions respectively. And limiting molar conductivity of anion or limiting molar conductivity of cation and anion respectively. Always completed. Yes, Anjali. Ritesh. Tejashwini.
Sir.
Completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then right, applications of Kohlrausch law. Here we have 4 applications. Based on these applications only, next we have to solve a problem. The first application is calculation of molar conductivity of weak electrolyte. Calculation of molar conductivity of weak electrolyte at infinity dilution. This formula only we are using. The second application is calculation of degree of dissociation. Of electrolyte. Formula is degree of dissociation alpha is equal molar conductivity at a given concentration divided by its limiting molar conductivity. This is the degree of dissociation formula. Next. Calculation of dissociation constant. Of electrolyte. Mostly using this and all for weak only, weak electrolytes only we are using. Degree of dissociation, sorry, dissociation constant K is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. The last application is solubility. Calculation of solubility of sparingly soluble salt. Calculation of solubility of sparingly soluble salt. Listen about solubility. See, BaCl2, BaSO4, and AgCl. This type of salt very less extent. So this compounds very less extent only soluble in water. So that's what we are calling these are sparingly soluble salts. So these substance solutions are almost completely diluted. We are calling the completely diluted solution, or you may call it the saturated solution. And you may consider that solution is infinity dilution also, because very less amount of solute is soluble in that solvent. So for this solution, for this saturated solution, molarity becomes equal to solubility. Because these are saturated solutions. So molarity must become equal to solubility. So based on this, we are giving the formula. Okay, first of all, write this second and third. Here you need to write some concept 2-3 lines. Then I will give you formula.
Sir, I didn't understand when this molarity is equal to solubility. Sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, I will explain. These 2 points completed. 2 and 3.
Yes, sir.
Listen. AgCl, BaSO4, when lead sulfate or lead chloride also. These are very, very less extent of substance is soluble in water, maybe 0.0001 mole per liter. So if you take 1 liter of water, in that only this many moles of either AgCl or BaSO4 or lead chloride soluble, very less amount. So such type of solutes are called sparingly soluble salts or sparingly soluble solute. Here, why I am saying here molarity becomes equal to solubility means the solution is saturated solution. First of all, you have to know what is saturated solution. No more solute can be dissolved. The solution is called saturated solution. At normal temperature, at 20 degrees centigrade or 25 degrees centigrade, only 36 grams of NaCl we can dissolve in 100 ml of water. I'm talking about at 25 degrees centigrade, only 36 grams of NaCl we can dissolve in 100 ml of water. So that is saturated solution. If we calculate molarity of this saturated solution, the solubility must be equal to its molarity. So in case of these also, AgCl, BaSO4, lead sulfate also, maximum suppose you can dissolve 0.001 gram of AgCl you can dissolve in given 1 liter of water. So only this much amount of AgCl is present in 1 liter. That is saturated solution. We are saying it is a saturated solution. So further solubility of AgCl is not possible in the solvent. Yes, that is only saturated solution. So for this solution, if we calculate molarity, that must be equal to solubility. Got it? That is only applicable for saturated solution. For unsaturated solution, supersaturated solution, this molarity equal to solubility, this concept is not applicable. For only saturated solution, molarity must be equal to solubility. Anything doubt here?
Sure.
And also, this solution, we are this saturated solution of a sparingly soluble salt solution, we are considering as limiting molar conductivity solution because we added maximum amount of solvent. Further, if you add water, because volume of solution maybe changes, but solubility there is no change. That's why these are called sparingly soluble salts. Okay. According to this concept, we are giving formulas are molar conductivity formula, K into 1000 by molarity. This is limiting, molar conductivity is equal to K into 1000 by molarity. So if you want limiting molar conductivity, we are applying the same formula only, K into 1000 by M. Here instead of M, you may write now K into 1000 by S also, solubility. Now relation is lambda M, limiting molar conductivity is equal to K into 1000 by solubility. Now solubility is equal to K into 1000 by limiting molar conductivity. That's all. This is the final formula. First of all, write here 2 points. Salts such as AgCl, BaSO4, lead sulfate, etc., which dissolve to a very small extent, in water are called sparingly soluble salts. So their solutions are considered as infinitely dilute. Further, their solutions are saturated their concentration is equal to their solubility. So let's write this formula. Okay. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Finish, sir.
Then note down problem. Okay. Right. Example 3.7. Calculate limiting molar conductivity for CaCl2 and MgSO4 from the following data. Ion, limiting molar conductivity, time on centimeter per mole inverse. Ca2 plus 119, Mg2 plus 106, Cl minus 76.3, SO42 minus 160. Okay. See solution. According to Kohlraasch law, we want the limiting molar conductivity of CaCl2. Limiting molar conductivity of CaCl2 equal to, so CaCl2, suppose it undergoes ionization, it gives Ca2 plus ion and Cl minus ion. So limiting molar conductivity of Ca2 plus it provides 2 chloride ions. So 2 into limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus ion. Now substitute. Limiting molar conductivity of calcium 2 plus is 119 plus 2 into limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus 76.3. Calculate final value. So 152.6 and 119. 271.6. Simon centimeter square mole inverse. Next, calculate for magnesium sulfate. Limiting molar conductivity of magnesium sulfate. It gives two ions, Mg2 plus ion and SO4 2 minus ion. Limiting molar conductivity of Mg2 plus limiting molar conductivity of SO4 2 minus. Substitute. Limiting molar conductivity of Mg2 plus is 106 plus limiting molar conductivity of sulfate ion 160.
The total answer is 426.
Very good. 266. Simon centimeter square mole inverse. Very easy problems based on Kohlrausch law, and there is more chances to come questions from Kohlrausch law for 1 mark, but mostly coming for 2 marks. Next example 3.8. Here given limiting molar conductivity of NaCl, limiting molar conductivity for NaCl, HCl and NaAC means sodium acetate. The full formula is CH3COONA. That means acetate. AC means acetate ion. Or 126.4, 425.9 and 91.0 Simon centimeter square mole inverse respectively. Calculate limiting molar conductivity of acetic acid, so ACH. Means this is acetic acid. First write a given. Carefully observe this question. Next, I will give you one question. You should solve that question. So, same this type only. That question also. Here given limiting molar conductivity of NaCl is equal to 126.4. HCl is 425.9 and NaAC means sodium acetate CH3COONA is given 91. So we have to calculate limiting molar conductivity of CH3COOH. We have to calculate. See, very simple. So what are the ions produced from CH3COOH?
CH3CO minus
CH3COO minus and
H plus.
plus ions are produced. Okay. From this CH3COO we can get this piece, correct? This is CH3COO. From this we can get CH3COO minus, and H plus we can get from HCl. So now add this and subtract NaCl. See what will come. CH3COO. So formula is limiting molar conductivity of CH3COOH is equal to limiting molar conductivity of CH3COO plus limiting molar conductivity of HCl minus limiting molar conductivity of NaCl. See how to expand this. So limiting molar conductivity of this one undergoing ionization. So it gives CH3COO minus and plus Na is there. So limiting molar conductivity of Na plus. This piece is over. Next, this for this one. Limiting molar conductivity of H plus limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus. Then minus limiting molar conductivity of Na plus minus limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus. See, limiting molar conductivity of Na plus and limiting molar conductivity of Na plus. Here minus sign is plus sign, cancel. Then limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus. Here plus sign is there, this and minus sign here, cancel. These are molar conductivity. There finally left only limiting molar conductivity of acetate ion, limiting molar conductivity of H plus ion. Plus limiting molar conductivity of H plus ion, both are left. So finally we got now the ions which are produced from CH3COOH is CH3CO minus and H plus. So final step is limiting molar conductivity of CH3COOH is equal to add first this value is 91 plus limiting molar conductivity of HCl is 425.9 minus limiting molar conductivity of NaCl, this value 126.4. Final right answer.
So 390.5.
Yes, correct. 390.5. Right, units also. Answer is 390.5 Simon centimeter square mole inverse. Okay, so if you want to solve this problem, suggest a way to determine limiting molar conductivity of water. Harsh? How to solve that one?
Sir,
Limiting molar conductivity of water. How to calculate? Suggest a way. Even Banu, try how to calculate that. Banu, Tejashwini, Rachna. Tell me how to calculate. I don't want any value. Just tell me formula. Here I did not. To calculate molar conductivity of acetic acid, I used that formula. So for water also you try formula. No need answer. Final answer I don't want. Just the formula you give.
sir,
Yeah, tell me.
sir, limiting molar conductivity of water is equal to
Now for this one, final answer is 390.5 Simon centimeter square mole inverse.
Sir, HCl plus NaOH minus NaCl, sir.
Very good, very good. So molar conductivity of water is equal to say limiting molar conductivity of HCl plus limiting molar conductivity of NaOH minus limiting molar conductivity of NaCl. Correct. Water having ions H plus and OH minus ions only. So molar conductivity of water is molar conductivity of H plus ions and molar conductivity of OH minus ions we need. So if you want to get this H plus ion and OH minus ion value, we are using HCl, NaOH and NaCl. See, expand this. It gives limiting molar conductivity of H plus limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus. Then limiting molar conductivity of Na plus limiting molar conductivity of OH minus. This one formula minus limiting molar conductivity of Na plus minus limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus. So this Cl minus here this one cancelled. Limiting molar conductivity of Na plus is cancelled. So finally left limiting molar conductivity of H plus limiting molar conductivity of OH minus. Giving limiting molar conductivity of water is equal to this piece. Okay, next question. Example question 3.9. The conductivity of the conductivity of 0.001028 mole per liter. Acetic acid is 4.95 into 10 power minus 5 Simon centimeter inverse. Calculate its dissociation constant. Calculate its dissociation constant. If limiting molar conductivity of CH3COOH is, means acetic acid is 390.5 Simon centimeter per mole inverse. Okay. The solution. First, here given concentration of acetic acid is this value 0.001028 mole per liter. And also given conductivity also given. Conductivity K is equal to 4.95 into 10 power minus 5 Simon centimeter inverse. Okay, we are, and also given limiting molar conductivity also. So limiting molar conductivity of CH3COOH is equal to 390.5 Simon centimeter square mole inverse. Okay, so we have to calculate dissociation constant. Tell me, what is the dissociation constant formula? I gave you in applications of Kohlraasch's law.
So
Tell
K
me, what is the
e-
formula?
So
K?
K is equal to alpha square by 1 minus alpha square.
C alpha square, right?
Yes, sir.
C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Okay, here we have C value, no doubt. This is only C, concentration. But alpha value we don't have. We must have to calculate alpha. To calculate alpha, what is the formula? I gave in applications only.
Lambda Cm by lambda not m.
Lambda molar conductivity at a given concentration divided by molar conductivity infinity dilution. Yes, this value we have. This value. But we don't have this value now. So how to calculate molar conductivity again? What is the formula to calculate molar conductivity? I gave you formula. K into 1000 divided by molarity or concentration. I gave this formula not while explaining conductivity, molar conductivity, equivalent conductivity. There I gave this formula. Molar conductivity formula is equal to K into 1000 by concentration. First we will calculate this molar conductivity. molar conductivity is equal to K value is given. First write formula K into 1000 by concentration. That is equal to K value 4.95 into 10 power minus 5 into 1000 divided by concentration is here 0.001028. Calculate this value and test. Lambda MC value.
The 4815.17 into 10 to the power minus 2.
48.15.
Yes, sir.
48.15 Simon centimeter square mole inverse. Okay. Now we have molar conductivity at a given concentration, and also we have this value also molar conductivity and infinity dilation is given in question 390.5. So it's very easy to calculate alpha value. Alpha is equal to lambda MC divided by lambda M0, that is equal to 48.15 divided by lambda M0, 390.5. Tell me this value also.
Sir, 0.12.
0.12 and one more digit. 0.123. Yes, 0.123. Constant value, that is. Now you know alpha value, concentration also you know. Then substitute here, calculate dissociation constant K. Now write these formulas also. This is the dissociation constant. This is the degree of dissociation. The formula is conductivity, molar conductivity formula. Molar conductivity formula. Write those all three formulas and note down calculate answer also.
Sir, is it 54.698?
50.
4.69.
No, K value is 1.78 into 10 power minus 5. Very small value.
Sir, C is concentration, no, sir.
Yeah, C is concentration 0.001028 C value. Alpha already you have 1.023. Then substitute. Final answer, you have to get 1.78 into 10 power minus 5. Mole per liter. This is dissociation constant. Finally, in this formula, you substitute all the values. Dissociation constant K is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Substitute C.
So 1.61 I'm getting, sir.
1.61.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute, I will check.
So sorry, 1.69, sir.
1.69.
6. Yes, sir.
Then you take as 1.7, no problem. 1.7. 10 power 5 minus 5 are getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then write 1.7 into 10 power minus 5. Okay. Next question. The question is text question 3.9. The molar conductivity of the molar conductivity of 0.025 mole liter inverse methanoic acid is methanoic acid formula HCOOH is 46.1 Hyman centimeter square mole inverse. Calculate its degree of dissociation. Calculate its degree of dissociation and a dissociation constant dissociation constant given limiting molar conductivity of H plus is equal to 349.6 and the limiting molar conductivity of write down sir. HCO minus equal 54 point 3 minutes. I am 1 centimeter square mole inverse. Okay. So here also we have to calculate degree of dissociation and a dissociation constant. You know already formula. Degree of dissociation alpha is equal to lambda m c by lambda m0, and dissociation constant k is equal to, this is acid, so you may write Ka, acid dissociation constant Ka is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. In the question, the molar conductivity alpha C, lambda m C is given now, 46.1. Concentration, I think not mandatory now. This value is given, and this value we can calculate from this. Lambda m0 H plus is there, and lambda m0 CO minus also there. So we can get this value also. So first, going to given lambda mc is equal to 46.1 centimeters per mole inverse, and limiting molar conductivity of formic acid is equal to limiting molar conductivity of H plus limiting molar conductivity of formate ion. H plus is 349.6 plus limiting molar conductivity of formate ion 54.6.
So 404.1.
404.1 ion centimeters per mole inverse. Yes, we got now limiting molar conductivity, and now alpha is equal to limiting molar conductivity at a given concentration by limiting molar conductivity at infinity dilution. So 46.1 divided by limiting molar conductivity,
So 0.114.
0.114. Okay, now we have alpha also. Finally, acid dissociation constant. Ka is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. First, C, oh, here it is necessary, 0.025. To alpha value 0.114 whole square divided by 1 minus alpha. 1 minus 0.114. Calculate. What is the answer?
.66 into 10 to power minus 4.
3.66 in 10 power minus.
65. So 3.65 into 10 power minus 4.
Minus 4 is coming. Check once again. Are you sure? Okay.
10 to power minus 6, sir.
0.025 into 0.114. It's correct only. 3.65, right?
Yes, sir.
into 10 power minus 4 mole per liter. Okay, next. This concept is completed. As you know, in electrochemistry, total we have 4 parts. And that's the first part is conductance. The conductance part is completed, and then 3 more parts are left. Okay. Just listen. The difference between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. Don't write. Listen. Electrolytic cell, galvanic cell. First point here, under electrolytic cell, here electricity is passed into the solution. So here electric current is changing into chemical energy. So here electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. In galvanic cell, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Means we are batteries. Batteries, those are converting chemical energy into electrical energy. Those are comes under galvanic cell. Cells which we are using to convert electrical energy into chemical energy, those are comes under electrolytic cells. In electrolytic cells, we are taking only one container. I mean, both the electrodes are placed in same electrolyte and having only one container. The electrolyte, both anode and cathode, both are dipped in same solution. Cathode. But in galvanic cells, we are using separate 2 containers. We are keeping one electrode. We are placing another electrode. So these both electrodes we are connecting externally. External circuit. Here electricity produced in a static bulb. and internally we are connecting with salt bridge. Finally, we are connecting. But here both the electrodes are dipped into same solution and only one container. And then here anode, this is the cathode. Here also this is anode. This is cathode. Next is very important. Mind this point. Here anode is positive, cathode is negative. Anode carries positive sign. Here cathode carries negative sign. But in galvanic cells, anode having negative sign, cathode having positive sign. In both the electrolytic cell and in galvanic cell, at anode, oxidation takes place. At cathode, reduction takes place. Both in this electrode and here galvanic cell, electrolytic cell, both the cells at anode oxidation, at cathode reduction occurs. Okay, these are the 4 important points. The first point is here electrolytic cells uses electricity and carry out chemical reaction. But here chemical reaction takes place, a spontaneous chemical reaction. You already studied in redox reaction, 11th standard. Here, due to redox reaction, electricity is produced here. Here, electricity is consumed. Here, both the electrodes are dipped in same container, and anode is positive sign, cathode having negative sign. Here, the electrodes are dipped in separate containers, and both are connected externally and internally connected with salt bridge. This is salt bridge. Here, anode having negative sign. Here, anode having positive. Sorry, cathode having positive sign. In both the electrolytic cell and galvanic cell, at anode oxidation takes place, at cathode reduction takes place. Now work one more point. Here ions are discharged both electrodes. Ions are discharged. However, that is coming from solution or even coming from electrodes. So ions are discharged both the electrodes. But here ions are discharged only at a cathode. That's all. So guys, thank you. In next class, I will tell you very important and more chance to come questions from Faraday's law. We have only 2 laws. Faraday first law, Faraday second law, 2 formulas. We have to solve only one or 2 problems. Only very important. Frequently asking for 2 marks. Suppose the question is missed in board, conformly questions coming in competitive from Faraday's law. Very simple and small concept only about Faraday's law. I will take in tomorrow's class. Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.